Welcome back to AFT Die Season 4. It's round 5. Let's go to the first game. It is Western Bulldogs versus Geelong at Marvel Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. And the first quarter's done. Western Bulldogs kicked 4-3, 27 to Geelong 6-5, 41 in the first quarter. Let's go to the second quarter of this game. Second quarter's done. Geelong kicked 5 goals, 3 to Western Bulldogs 1-1. And at halftime, Geelong are up by 40 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Bulldogs have kicked 4-2 to Geelong 3-2. And at three-quarter time, Geelong are leading by 34 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And Geelong have won this game by 17 points. Western Bulldogs kicked 3 goals, 6 to 1-1 in the last quarter. Final scores, Western Bulldogs 12-12, 84 to Geelong 15-11, 101. All right, let's go to the second game. It's GWS Giants versus Fremantle at Giants Stadium. And the first quarter's done. Fremantle kicked 5 goals, 2-32 to Giants, 1-6-12. Let's go to the second quarter. Fremantle up by 20 points. Okay, Fremantle, they kicked 3 goals, 4 to GWS, 4-5. And at halftime, Fremantle are leading by 13 points. Let's go to the third quarter. And the third quarter is done. GWS kicked 5-3 to Fremantle, 5-4. And at three-quarter time, Fremantle are up by 14 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And in the end, GWS Giants got over the top of Fremantle, kicking 5 goals, 5 to Fremantle, 1-4. Final scores, GWS 15-19, 109 to Fremantle, 14-14, 98. All right, let's go to the third game. It's Richmond versus North Melbourne at the G. And the first quarter's done. Richmond have kicked 3 goals, 4 to North Melbourne, 2-6. And at quarter time, Richmond are leading by 4 points. Let's go to the second quarter. And the second quarter, North Melbourne kicked 6 goals, 6 to Richmond, 4-2. And at halftime, North Melbourne are leading by 12 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. And the third quarter, North Melbourne kicked away. They've kicked 6 goals, 3 to Richmond, 3 goals, 1. And at three-quarter time, North Melbourne are leading by 32 points. Let's go to the last quarter. And North Melbourne have won by 23 points. Final scores, Richmond 15-8, 98 to North Melbourne, 17-19, 121. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Adelaide versus Brisbane Lions at Adelaide Oval. First quarter's done. Brisbane are up by 4 points. Let's go to the second quarter. And second quarter, pretty even. Adelaide kicked 6 goals, 2 to Brisbane, 6 goals, 3. And at halftime, Brisbane are leading by 5 points. Let's go to the third quarter. And third quarter, Adelaide kicked 6 goals, 4 to Brisbane, 4-3. And at three-quarter time, Adelaide are leading by 8 points. Let's go to the last quarter. And last quarter, Brisbane have won this game by 1 point. They got over the top. Adelaide kicked 4 goals, 5 to Brisbane, 6 goals, 2 in that last quarter. And the final scores, Adelaide 17-16, 118 to Brisbane, 18-11, 119. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Port Adelaide versus Carlton at Adelaide Oval. And the first quarter's done. Carlton are leading by 7 points. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Carlton kicked 3 goals 3 to Port Adelaide 2-3. And at halftime, Carlton are leading by 13 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Carlton have kicked 4 goals 3 to Port Adelaide 1-2. And at three-quarter time, Carlton are leading by 32 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And Carlton have won by 29 points. Port Adelaide final score 7-17-59. Carlton 13-10, 88. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Collingwood versus West Coast Eagles at the MCG. First quarter's done. Collingwood have kicked 3 goals 5, 23 to West Coast 2-4, 16. Let's go to the second quarter. And the second quarter's done. West Coast have kicked 6 goals 5 to Collingwood 5-4. And at halftime, West Coast are in front by, it's level, 8-9 apiece. All right, third quarter's done. Collingwood have kicked 2 goals 4 to West Coast 1-2. And at three-quarter time, Collingwood are up by 8 points. Let's go to the last quarter of this game, see who wins. And Collingwood in the end have won by 26 points. Final scores, Collingwood 15-18, 108 to West Coast 11-16, 82. All right, let's go to the next game. It's St Kilda versus Melbourne at Marvel Stadium. And the first quarter's done. Melbourne have kicked 6 goals 2, 38 to St Kilda 3-1, 19. All right, let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter's done. Melbourne have kicked 5 goals 2 to St Kilda 1-5. And at halftime, Melbourne are up by 40 points. All right, St Kilda have kicked 3 goals 1 to Melbourne 2 goals 6. And St Kilda still down by 39 points. Let's go to the last quarter. And the last quarter, Melbourne have kicked 6 goals 3 to St Kilda 3 goals 3. Final score, St Kilda 10-10, 70 to Melbourne 19-13, 127. All right, let's go to the second last game of the round. It's Hawthorn versus Sydney Swans at Marvel Stadium. And the first quarter's done. Hawthorn have kicked 2 goals 3 to Sydney 1-1. Let's go to the second quarter of this game. And Hawthorn have kicked 4 goals 1 to Sydney 2 goals 2. And at halftime, Hawthorn are leading by 19 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter has done. Hawthorn kicked 2-6 to Sydney 1-1. And at three-quarter time, Hawthorn are leading by 30 points. Let's go to the last quarter of this game. And Hawthorn, in the end, win by 40 points. Hawthorn kicking final score 12-13, 85 to Sydney 6-9, 45. All right, let's go to the last game of the round. It's Gold Coast versus Essendon. Let's go to the first quarter. The first quarter, very even. Gold Coast kicked 1-1-7 to Essendon 1-4-10. Let's go to the second quarter. And the second quarter, very even again. Gold Coast kicked 1-1 again to Essendon 1-5. And Essendon are leading by 7 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Very, very low score in this game. Gold Coast kicked 1-5 to Essendon 1-2. And at three-quarter time, Essendon are leading by 4 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Essendon have just hung on by 8 points. Gold Coast kicked 3 goals 1 to Essendon 3-5 in the last quarter. Gold Coast final score 6-8, 44 to Essendon 6-16, 52. All right, that concludes the round 5 for AFT Die Season 4. Okay, so we've got In the top 8, we've got Essendon on top, just on percentage, with Brisbane, Carlton, and North Melbourne on the same points. That rounds out the top 4. And then the remaining 4 teams are Gold Coast, Geelong, Adelaide Crows, and GWS Giants. Round out the 8. And then we've got Fremantle, who have not won a game for the season. They are on 5 losses in a row. All right. We'll see you next time on AFT Die Season 4.